Hello, I'm Dr. YouTube. Welcome to Dr. YouTube. I have to, of course, take this time to remind you that I am not a real doctor. However, I have a podcast microphone and a dream of healing the world. I'll take your questions.
Dr. YouTube, I have this pesky thing now that will not go away. Is it all possible it's because of the Illuminati?
You know, this is actually a very common question I get. A lot of unexplained illnesses seem to get blamed on the Illuminati, when in fact, the hangnail is something much simpler than a clandestine organization. I am, of course, talking about the gay space laser that is being shot at your fingers while you are browsing on your phone to make you accidentally click an ad. Because you want to buy stuff, right? That's what these advertisers think. They want you to click on their ads, so you're going to buy stuff. How can they make you click on it? By using a gay space laser to guide your finger. And every time your finger moves to the wrong place, the laser cuts a little bit of your nail off, and that's how we get hangnails. Next caller.
Oh, yes. Dr. YouTube, will the vaccine in fact turn me into Bill Gates' love slave? Or do I just take some aspirin?
All right, well, see, let me tell you this right now. Here's the problem with Bill Gates, all right? You know these mosquito nets that he got all this praise for giving to underdeveloped nations to help with their mosquitoes? Here's the thing, though, right? Those weren't actually mosquito nets. Those were camouflage nets so he could hide from the satellites so they couldn't see all of his experiments where he's injecting the 5G, he injected the 4G, he's been injecting all the way back since 1G, right? That's when he started donating the first net, right? These nets come out and you can't see what's going on. All these people that are dying of malaria, no, it's 1 to 5G infections. Don't get it. And take an aspirin. Next caller, please.
Yeah, hi. Do you feel that giving advice through YouTube may, in fact, be hurting the very people you want to heal?
I don't know where you get the idea that you can just come at me with a non medical question when my name is clearly Dr. YouTube, all right? YouTube is where I have my platform. Doctor is because that's what I am, not legally speaking, but I am a doctor on YouTube, all right? So, as the person with the doctor title, you should listen to me. You don't even have a title, all right? It just has your name, Bob M. Cool name, Bob. What kind of title is that? I am an expert in at least 48 different fields that your little brain can't even comprehend, all right? Bill Gates wish he was on my level. I'm simply using this platform so you all can get up to my level a little bit so we can overthrow all the 5G vaccines that are being shot into our kids' heads, all right? We cannot stand for this. All right, now in the next episode, we're going to talk about the Obama's secret underground submarine that is powered by fetuses that they take from unsuspecting mothers.
What's going on, Empire? This is Students Talking Stupid on the DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we were the stupid, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
5Gs. The 5Gs.
The 5Gs. That's what I got in my arm now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel? How's your arm feel now that you got injected?
It's still like a little sore in the area. I gotta tell you, when we saw it the other night, I was rough. Like, I was tired. I also had just eaten a bunch of steak.
Yeah. So, you're tired after you had endless amounts of steak being brought to you?
Yeah. But
bigger.
But she was like, I want to go out. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. You're driving now. And then, when I got home, I was just like, I'm done. Like, this is not good. And so I was like, I'll take my temperature at 100-degree temperature. And then I'm like,
huh?
What?
The triple digits.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to go to bed. I went to bed, and then I woke up at 5:30 because I went to bed so early.
5G30.
I went 5G30, and I woke up at like 5:30, and I was absolutely fine. it was just like 24 hours after you get it, blah, here you go. And then it was like, okay, we're all right. But I do have full bars on my phone now, and I can read your thoughts.
What am I thinking about right now?
Nothing. Like there's nothing going on. It's like
he's so good, folks. He's so good.
This is what it sounds like.
If I had my window open, that sound effect would actually be happening because there's a goddamn windstorm going on, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it sounds like the outside is trying to attack us.
Oh,
like, I'm going to get you. Let me in. Let me in. See what happens. I'm right here.
I don't want... No.
I'll fuck up this tree.
Don't you...
Well, look. Not,
leave that tree alone.
Garbage can falls over. Bye. Pick that up, bitch.
You leave that tree alone.
Oh, you dropped something?
Remember that can? That can was right up. That's that.
Mm-hmm. Anarchy. Complete anarchy.
Anarchy in the UK. Naperville. Anarchy in Naperville.
Oh, man. Speaking of anarchy, I know we talk about Bigfoot a lot.
Oh, my God.
But, Patrick, this time it's serious.
He is a liar.
This is the most important Bigfoot story that we've ever covered.
Bigfoot story?
Bigfoot story. Because he's got 2 feet.
Bigfoot story. Yeah, right?
Because the thing is...
big feet.
But that's the thing. He's got 1 big foot. They used to call him Clubfoot.
Change his name.
But that was insensitive. He's like, it's just like 1 big foot. It's not a club. Like, okay, you want me to call you Bigfoot? It's the left one, by the way.
He could have 1 foot, and we just don't know. They've never once like looked down and been like, wow, look at the size of that foot.
I mean, like, do you think he drags the 1 big foot he has, or is he just kind of like hop on that one? He used the little one as balance. It's like he was walking this way.
Don't take my picture. I only have 1 foot.
Yeah, that one picture they have where he's sideways. He's actually just hopping on that 1 big foot.
Yeah.
You can't tell because like the foot that's up in the air, you're like, oh, that's a normal size foot.
And it's being covered by like some high grass.
There's high grass. Actually, that high grass is just the hair on his feet.
Oh my God!
I know it's like a hobbit foot, but huge, like a big foot.
Oh,
that's where the name is from. So Canada is pissed at Netflix, specifically a Bigfoot movie on Netflix. The Canadian Energy Center is a little upset about an animated movie called Bigfoot Family.
Okay.
Now, why, Patrick, would the Canadian Energy Center be upset about an animated movie called Bigfoot Family?
Well, let's say what's upset for like Canada? Are they just like mildly perturbed?
Well, more than
we gotta tell you about our problems with the Bigfoot family.
Oh, I'm listening.
Okay, so it's just all right, and I'm not gonna say that you should be ashamed of yourselves, but we're just real disappointed.
Oh dear.
Here, have some bacon.
I will. I think
just call it bacon here.
I hate you so much. That was so goddamn stupid. So the movie Bigfoot Family is about the son of the mythical creature who fights an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. And the problem is the Canadian Energy Center is, well, they're saying like, listen, we're here because you're misleading the oil company in this animated film. Like you're telling lies. It's a family-friendly adventure that follows Adam, the son of Bigfoot, and his dad as they take on an evil oil tycoon who wants to explode a fictional place for its oil.
Exploded, huh?
I believe they just call that when they like blow up the top of the mountain. What's that called? That's a thing that they do. They could blow off the top of the mountain.
Exploding?
No, that's not.
What's it called?
Because fracking's when they fucking shoot at the earth. Like, give me your oil.
Give me that oil.
Yeah, but like they can take just sections. Like, we're just gonna take all this shit. I believe we're gonna fuck it up. So it's an animated movie. So oh my gosh, it's a little bit exaggerated, and it's about Bigfoot and his family. By the way, Bigfoot married a regular old human lady, and they had a almost regular old son. From the trailer, it looks like he's got some super speed, though. I don't know what that's about. Is Bigfoot known for super speed?
He's got long legs. Is
I mean,
he fast or does he just cover more ground?
no, he's running around like he's a speedster. I was like, you're not the Flash. What
I think
is
if
this?
that's the case, we wouldn't have been able to photograph him that many times. Maybe that's why it's blurry. Oh, that's why it's blurry. Because he's moving too fast.
We're figuring this out. We're learning so much today.
Welcome to Stupid's Figuring Out Bigfoot. Today. Is he fast?
Seems like it.
Seems like it.
More pictures. So the Energy Center says in a statement that the movie villainizes energy workers and tells lies about the oil industry.
Bitches.
So the United Conservative Government established a $30 million a year war room to promote the energy industry and to fire back against what the government deems to be misinformation.
That Bigfoot. Take it.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying.
Are you talking to me?
I'm just saying. We got, how much was it? 30 what?
$30 million.
I got $30 million that says what you just said is bullshit.
Okay, but I made a kid's movie.
$30 million.
But it's a child's movie.
$30 million.
It's supposed to be magical, not real. Fantasy.
$30 million.
You know what? You're right.
How many millions? 30.
Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 30 million. 30. They say that the film claims an oil company intends to use a bomb to blow apart a mountain landscape within a wildlife preserve and then flood the valley with oil.
I couldn't come up and find a technical name for it. It just says like mountain mining.
Yeah.
It should have a technical name.
Well, the center has an automated system on its website which allows people to send letters to like Netflix Canada, right, encouraging the streaming service to tell the truth. It's a kids movie about Bigfoot, and they're like,
they should be going after some of the other crap on Netflix.
No, Patrick. These are the hard-hitting, misleading facts that are within Bigfoot family that are affecting the people in the energy industry in Canada. I feel like that's probably the biggest problem in the world right now.
There are some crappy goddamn movies. There's literally a movie called The Tall Grass.
What's that about, though?
It's about
They run
into the tall grass.
No, I know what that's about. It's about the tall grass that's blocking Bigfoot's Bigfoot.
It's about being in the weeds.
It's about being behind in a restaurant.
That movie was crap. The Witcher, crap.
The Witcher, the show?
Not The Witcher, The Witch.
Oh,
but it looks like V's, like Vivitch.
Oh, is it the Veach?
The Veach?
The sandwich? What's wrong with the sandwich, Patrick? Are you coming out as anti-sandwich right now?
How dare you? I would never be anti-sandwich.
God, it's like you think you know someone.
Might be pro hoagie.
You're a progie?
Maybe I'm progie.
Oh, that's what a pierogi is. It's just a professional hoagie. Smaller size. True. You do more with less. It's great. True. They say children are the future, and they deserve the truth from a Bigfoot children's cartoon movie.
If we're going to have it, it's going to be accurate. Okay, guys? If we're going to have this show, it's got to be accurate. That looks like that Sasquatch has 2 feet, where we all know his name is Bigfoot and not Big Feet.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to cut off. But you know what? Just let's animate it. Let's animate. This is what we'll do. We'll get, because we went after the oil people. We're going after logging next. Ooh. 4 lumberjacks hold them down with a chainsaw.
No.
They remove the foot.
Is this an origin story?
It's an origin story. His name used to be Big Feet. His name was Paul Big Feet until he was killed. They tried to kill him.
Okay.
They tried.
Yeah.
They cut off his foot. And now he's Bigfoot, and he's going off of all non-reusable energies.
He was a human who was attacked by
He
these
worked for Green-
lumberjacks,
He worked
and
for Greenpeace.
he was left for dead.
Left for dead.
Thankfully, an amalgamation of forest creatures came and made sweet love to him.
Good thing is he was also Greek, so he had a lot of body hair.
A lot of body hair.
And
through all their powers combined, he became Captain Bigfeet.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Let's show that cartoon. I want it.
I was just trying to like make it's like RoboCop, but with Bigfoot. Bitches leave the forest.
We'll get. It'll be a great cartoon. We'll have Bryan Cranston as Paul Bigfeet. We'll get Nick Offerman as the lumberjack.
Oh, obviously.
And Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I want to get Tom Lennon as a helpful rabbit.
Tom Lennon as a helpful rabbit. And Jonathan Taylor Thomas as his son, even though he is a 30-year-old man now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be a kid again. Doesn't matter, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. What were you in? What was that, Home Improvement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
get back on the cover of that Bot magazine.
Start making that magazine again and put yourself on the cover.
Yeah. Someone bring back Tiger Beat.
I was going to ask you, is Tiger Beat still around?
I don't think so.
I
think the days of that are kind of like, who would go on it? Today's Tiger Beat.
I don't know. I'm not hip with what the youngins are watching.
Bryan Cranston and Nick Offerman and Tom Lennon
in the biopic of the rise and fall of Tiger Beat.
Oh my God!
You can't have him on the cover. He's too handsome. He's not a teen. He's 47 years old.
He's more of a fox, not a tiger. Come
on. So Alabama's in the news.
Oh, geez.
But here's the thing. They got something right this time.
What?
There's been a decades-old ban on yoga in Alabama public schools. And they're looking at bringing it to an end, Patrick. We're getting rid of no more yoga.
It has been known to turn people gay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what their problem was.
The House of Representatives, the Alabama House of Representatives, voted 73-25 to approve a bill that will authorize school systems to decide if they want yoga to be allowed in K through 12 schools.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. They're like, you can decide if you want to. They're not going to want to.
Well,
there's 25 guys that are like,
yeah, not stretching.
No, sir.
Stretch is dumb.
No, sir. Not stretching.
Yoga done in school will be limited to poses and stretches. And the bill says that the use of chanting mantras and teaching the greeting namaste would be forbidden. Of course.
Now I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
No, they, you know, when they brought this up, someone's like, they say this namast. What kind of boat is this? Where's the namast?
Namaste. Now I'm going to get out of here.
Namaste banned from the schools because this is here as a Jesus school.
I'm a no on that. Is this the kind that you mix up in the bottom? That's yogurt, sir. I don't want that around here either.
Mm-hmm. I don't want fruit on that bottom either. Alabama Board of Education voted in 1993 to prohibit yoga, hypnosis, and meditation in public school classrooms. But now, Democratic Representative Jeremy Gray sponsored the bill. He said that he understood that some gym teachers had been teaching yoga in class before they realized it was banned, and others wanted to offer it, particularly during virtual learning. It'd be a great idea to get people, if they're sitting at their computer for 8 hours of school a day, how about you get up and stretch for like 15 minutes?
Marissa Chastain has been doing corporate yoga stuff from her home.
Making the building stretch?
No, but she has a standing appointment with like a company, and the company called they can yoga, they zoom in, and she leads a yoga thing, a yoga class from her house.
Neat. So under the bill, the moves and exercises taught to students must have exclusively English names. And then you said the students
Stretching. There's amateur stretching and professional stretching.
Yeah, we got
stretching 104. Limber it up 102. And I tore something 105.
Okay.
Don't do that one unless you got the other ones. You need there's prerequisites.
You have to tear yourself 1 through 4 to get to 105.
Yep.
It's a lot of learning. Like, God, why do I keep taking this?
Must have stretching 101 and must have moving around 105.
So the reason that the yoga ban got brought up again is because in 2018, an old document circulated listing yoga among other games that were deemed inappropriate activities in gym class. Now, Patrick, I have the list of inappropriate activities. Number 1, of course, is yoga.
Okay.
Can't have it. Number 2, dodgeball. It's just you can't have dodgeball. It's mean. You hurt kids. And you ever heard of this gem called Duck Duck Goose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because some kids don't get chosen?
And probably because some kids are slower and they'll never catch someone. And they get caught every time. So your boy. Here's a game. Now I want you to explain this game to me because I've never heard of it. It's called Giants, Elves, and Wizards, aka Crows and Cranes.
Okay. So basically what you do is you go everybody goes in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And they close their eyes. And they start, what was it called? Giants what?
Giants, Elves, and Wizards,
Giants,
aka
Elves, and Wizards,
Crows
aka
and Cranes.
So what they do is they do Giants, and everybody goes, huh? Like they're really big.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go Elves, and they're really tiny. And then they go Wizards, and they're like, goose out, I pass. And if you do the wrong one, you're out.
Okay, but what was it with the Crows and Cranes?
That's being on 1 foot or not.
Oh, that makes way more sense. It does say here that the game usually ends when 2 students crash heads together, so that makes sense. Yes. Being on 1 foot and you hit. We got another game, kickball. Can't have kickball. Patrick, what's kickball, real quick?
Kickball's baseball, but you kick it.
Okay, I was hoping for a better explanation than that, but whatever.
No, it's the red rubber ball. You know what kickball? They pitch the ball. You kick it.
I do know what it is.
I know.
I was trying to set you up for a bit, you dumbass.
No, it's fine.
Okay, Patrick, have you ever heard of this game called musical chairs?
Yeah. It's where the chairs sing to you. And like the seat flaps, you know?
Yeah.
And then you win by sitting on it and it shuts it up.
What about relay races? What are those?
Relay races?
Yeah.
It's when you so the students have sex with each other. And then they go, nope, not good enough. And then they have to relay it.
Oh, my God.
But it's whoever's done first.
Talk about coming in last.
Well.
Okay, finally, the last game, Patrick. This game I'm sure you played all the time growing up. It's called Steal the Bacon. Steal the Bacon? Yeah. How do they play that game?
Well, it was mainly the kids from the kids from the Jewish school. They come into the cafeteria and they're like, nope, and then they run, and whoever doesn't get caught wins.
Okay.
Poor Hiram. He would always lose, which is why he doesn't play Duck Duck Goose either.
What do you mean Goose isn't kosher? Speaking of those Zoom meetings, I almost skipped to the story when you said Zoom in because I had the title ready as Zoom out.
Oh, you should have did it. What a waste.
No, we needed to cover a lot of ground with that last one. So Zoom meetings, they can be the worst. Everyone knows that.
Mm-hmm. Sucks.
Thankfully, someone built a free web widget that allows users to add fake audio effects to their Zoom call, making it so annoying for other participants that they might just end the call early.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, there was a guy.
I just have my family. just go, hey guys, I'm getting on a Zoom call. If you guys could be quiet, knowing full well they'll be like, what?
Oh, well, this is when I need to practice my cymbal playing.
It's timpani drum day.
Mm-hmm. And they don't want us using the little hammers anymore. We have to use air horns to try to
Yeah.
activate it.
Brah.
So the widget's called Zoom Escaper. The audio effects range from scraping sound of a choppy connection to broken up words and incomprehensible gibberish. Other noises currently on there are crying baby, a man weeping loudly, like a dog barking, continuous construction. So it's a lot of like kind of silly things,
Like,
but
I'm sorry, there's a man weeping in the other room. I gotta go.
I can't do this right now. There's a man openly weeping
I
8
think
feet
that
from
was
me.
the biggest my like the biggest thing that I hated about the whole pandemic and yeah, I said 500,000 people died. That was sad. But the worst thing that was the most inconvenient was the inability to just get off the phone. Like you're like, all right, well, I gotta get going. I gotta watch more TV. You know, like
I gotta.
this has been on pause for like a real long time.
I've been sitting here
So,
for 3 hours. I have to stand for a couple of minutes and then I'm gonna sit
so
back down. But I
and
don't
the
want to be
phone
holding a
doesn't
phone.
reach. What? It's a cell
Yeah,
phone? No, it's not. This is my corded cell phone. Just
I
won't
thought
reach the other room. I gotta
I,
go check my macaroni and cheese.
I cranked the handle to get to an operator to call
Yeah.
you. I'm really just.
Klondike 555, please.
So here's an example of the thing working.
Echo my voice, so I can make myself echo feedback, delay. I could add.
That's pretty cool.
I could add like a guy crying in my apartment, or maybe some wind blowing.
The wind is great.
dog, Construction noise,
It's just like let's not
crying.
get a baby in there. Why not? Urination for some reason. He added urination as an option. It's like you ever be on a Zoom call and someone just starts peeing and you're like, I need to quit because someone's peeing and you're near them.
Right.
You could just be in a room that has like a tiled back wall and just have the urination going on and off and be like, oh, I'm in a restroom. I got a great connection in here. The Wi-Fi is phenomenal.
I'll do it like if I'm on a call. It's been on a call for a while and I gotta pee. Basically, like usually like with Preston, I'll just ask him a question. And then he'll just because he just goes off like just for minutes. So I'm
Yeah.
like, then I mute it. then I know that I'll be able to get through that and the flushing and the washing of my hands before he's done talking.
Smooth. The widget was created by an artist named Sam Levine, who hoped Zoom Escaper would allow people to quote use it to escape Zoom calls and do less work.
Oh, so it's not
Finally.
just cleverly named.
A man of
What's
the
this
people.
Zoom Escaper do? It helps you escape Zooms. Genius.
Wow.
Wow, you have a knack for naming shit.
Mm-hmm. He says, I've been thinking about how sabotage might work in a digital context, especially one where the means of production are also personal devices that mediate your social life.
Right.
So he's just all about trying to fuck things up. And yeah, he's had a couple of different we'll call them projects. Because in 2017 he released something called The Good Life, which let people sign up to clog their inboxes with like 225,000 emails confiscated from Enron during the 2001 scandal. And then in 2016, he released another project called Slow Hot Computer, which when you go to that website, it would make your computer
slow hot computer.
Yeah, it would just make your computer run slow and hot. He's like, it'd be fun.
We'd be like, God, that computer is slow, but damn, it's sexy.
Oh God.
That computer. Come on and buffer.
Yeah. So now we have to go to.
Oh, I was like, we're done.
Florida. Because goddamn Florida has to make an appearance.
Florida.
Every single episode we have to talk about Florida because there's always something going on in Florida.
Something so done.
You ever heard about this thing called homecoming?
I've been to one or two.
This year?
Oh yeah.
Gross. So there's a whole thing where someone gets elected homecoming queen and king. Well, it turns out the
I always thought that was awkward because it's usually like they should have like focused on like you could run as couples in a way, because then like you're sitting there next to someone you probably hate.
yeah,
and then
but
your dates are like off to the side.
have you ever had a friend though where you're like, he's really cool, but man, his girlfriend sucks. You want to vote for her?
Yeah, that's true.
You want to vote? You want to vote for Tiffany?
No, Tiffany sucks, dude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tiffany sucks.
So there's been some vote tampering in a homecoming election in Florida. Yeah, I know. This is breaking news across the world. Like, I don't know why more people aren't invested in this. Breaking news. Gotta be on your toes. Gotta be on your toes. Breaking news. I'll play it again. I'll swear to God, I'll play it again.
Play the whole thing though. Let them know it's breaking news.
Yeah, well,
they're not gonna know.
Beep, 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 beep. It's breaking news. There, are you happy?
Good morning, Mr. Miss America, and all ships at sea. Let's go to press. Florida.
All right. So, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement got a notification in early November
from someone named Karen.
No,
someone didn't win. There must have been a hack job.
No, Patrick, I'm telling you, there was a hack job. There was hacking.
Shut up.
Hacking.
Hacking
for homecoming. At J.M. Tate High School, their election for homecoming court, there was at least 117 votes that were suspiciously cast. Suspicious. Department agents arrested Laurel Carroll, 50 years old, and her daughter, Emily Grover, and charged them with conspiracy to use Miss Carroll's school district login to help her daughter get elected homecoming queen. Miss Carroll is an assistant principal, or was assistant principal at Bellevue Elementary School near Pensacola, and that her login information was used to gain access to the internal accounts of 372 Tate High School students since last August.
And then what happened to vote?
Well, that's the thing. It gets all into their like their personal information, such as students' grades, medical history, and disciplinary records. But those same accounts that they used in this program, that was how the students were able to vote for homecoming.
Okay.
So because someone was able to get in there, aka Emily Grover, the 17-year-old student, she would brag to her friends about how she would get in, like use her mom's credentials to log into the school district program, and like look at her. One of the statements for the witnesses said she looks up all of our group of friends' grades and makes comments about how she can find our test scores all the time. 8 students and 1 teacher said that they have heard her brag about her ability to just log in and just look at everyone's information. So it's like you're going around talking about how you're fucking like you're bragging about your crimes. Yeah, I'm so good at crimes.
I'm gonna rob this bank one day. One of these days, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna rob this bank on this date and this time. I'm gonna rob it. Mm-hmm. You're accused of robbing a bank. What makes you think it was me?
This is Bigfoot telling lies again.
Paul Big Feet, as I knew him, has changed. He's changed.
Paul is dead, Patrick.
Sounds just like Bryan Cranston.
So the student was expelled, according to police records. A decision the family was kind of upset with. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it stayed. And then Ms. Carroll was suspended from her job.
Oh wow.
She was taken into custody and released on $8,500 bail.
Oh my God.
And the student was sent to juvenile detention for an evaluation.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right?
She could be the homecoming queen of that place.
Well, she was elected homecoming queen back in October. She was elected homecoming queen, and then just a couple weeks later, they're like, something's fishy.
But why would anybody be like, wait a minute, she sucks. Nobody likes her. Like, was that it? Was it, or what was who's reviewing the votes? Like, is it just like with the president? It's like, yes, the election happened today, but in a month or two, we're going to certify. Like, did they certify? We need to certify the homecoming results.
You're just the homecoming queen elect.
Wait a minute. Something's weird. Something's weird in the state of Pensacola.
The school district's elections contractor contacted the school administrators in October after flagging more than 100 votes that were cast in a short period of time, all from the same IP address.
What's the election? Why are we spending money on this?
Hey, Florida, good thing they spent the money on it, Patrick. Otherwise, what's her name? Emily Grover would still be homecoming queen to this day, which would have been a lie.
But it's not like they. And first of all, it's not like they
What
can
has
do a redo.
all Big Feet taught us?
Everybody go
tell
get
the
dressed
truth.
again. We have to do the next.
No
we have
matter
to do
what.
Another homecoming with the real homecoming queen. So everyone get dressed. We're going to be back here at 8:00 tonight, doing it exactly the way we did it before. But and what's this like this election, whatever? I can make a survey right now that says this bitch or that bitch, and you choose. And who's doing this? Like, we make a survey online and say, who do you want?
Well, that's the problem, Patrick. They had the survey, they had the security where people just log into their own personal accounts, which no one should be allowed to log into. And yeah, here she is, Emily, just fucking it all up, hacking into everyone's logins.
Now, this never would have happened back in the day because we had a girl who was in charge of this. I believe her name was Kelly Augustiniak, and she had like the box. And you come in at lunchtime, you write down your name, you put it in, and it was always accurate.
Yeah, but how did you
that
know?
We know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because people clapped when they were announced.
Okay,
that's how we knew. Nobody goes, "What? That person's a social outcast. She doesn't. I didn't vote for her."
Hashtag not my homecoming queen.
Not my homecoming queen.
I voted for Bernie. Shut up. We know. Like, yeah, investigators later determined through the IP addresses that 124 votes were cast from the Miss Carroll's phone and 122 were from their house. So they actually did 246 votes. Way more than they originally thought. They're like, man, this got really out of hand. Oh, it got super out of hand.
Yeah,
turns out
walking around wearing red hats with it says "Make homecoming great again."
Make Emily homecoming queen again. Also a student. It's not just homecoming that people are trying to fuck with. No. We have in Pennsylvania a 50-year-old woman named Raphael Spone decided to her daughter was on a traveling cheerleading group called the Victory Vipers. Woo!
Go Vipers!
Go Vipers! No, Patrick. They determined last year that is an offensive cheer.
Victory!
You can't do that anymore. You have to go friendship. You're so antiquated in your views, and quite frankly, there is no room for that on this show. All right, welcome back to the studio. Patrick, you're muted. You're not on screen.
That's fine.
Patrick, you're not on screen. Patrick. So, Raphael Spone.
Sting them, bite them, infect them with your venom.
She
Vipers,
said, "Would you
better than the rest of them?"
Rest them? Oh,
had to write that up.
Damn, you did a good.
We're workshopping it, Brittany. It didn't go well. We got to workshop it.
So she got arrested because she was sending her teen daughter's cheerleading coaches fake photos and videos depicting her rivals naked, drinking, or smoking, trying to get them kicked off the squad. The same team. They're on the same team, and they're like, "I'm gonna go ahead and pop some deep fakes in of all these other teenagers and send them to the coaches, and in a way I try to get them kicked off the team so that way my child will be the star. Like you heard of some like evil parents and shit, but this is
So, but like, where is she acquiring these photos?
so when you go online, you can look up naked person, and then on your social media you can find picture of Patrick and take Patrick's head and put it on naked person. Ah, we did it.
So, shouldn't she be charged with like sending naked photos of minors over like the internet?
Well, because it's technically not photos of them, like it's their heads on other people, so it's not
Oh,
like
so it doesn't count.
it doesn't count like that.
No countings.
Yeah, no. She said she was doing this and said no take back. So
Okay, well, as long as she
it
crossed her fingers.
it added double secret protection.
Oh, it's a double secret protection.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
She also sent manipulated images and text messages telling them to kill themselves to the other girls as well. As if sending it to the coaches wasn't good enough, she decided to go directly to the source and tell them, "Hello,
Kill yourself.
who is this?
Check your text message.
Okay, hold on.
Beep.
Who is this?
Kill yourself, smiley face, smiley face.
You can tell it's serious.
Hashtag.
How do you spell that, Patrick?
It's a HKKKKKKSKKK.
Okay, so that everyone can follow along at home. You could tweet at stupid stalker stupid with the hashtag HKKKKKSKKKK.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then two V's.
And two V's.
Vipers.
Oh yeah. You got to put the V on either side of it.
Yeah.
So it's like quotation mark. It's like air quotes, but with teeth. The coaches received text messages that depicted the other cheerleaders naked, drinking, and smoking a vape. Patrick, they were smoking a vape. They should be off the team.
They should.
How dare they? But the videos got analyzed, and detectives were able to determine that they were, in fact, deepfakes created by mapping the girls' social media photos onto other images. So you're getting all these brand new cameras with like 30 megapixel phones or megapixel cameras, posting all these beautiful pictures of you on social media from all angles. Turns out there might be some vindictive lady that's like, I'm gonna get you thrown off a traveling cheerleading squad. And you know, Patrick, here's the thing. She looks like a totally well put together person that definitely wouldn't do this kind of stuff.
Oh my good Lord.
Mm-hmm. Visual bit at 43 and a half
She's
minutes.
like the Uber Karen.
Yeah, she's got them.
That face doesn't want to talk to your manager. That face wants to talk to like vice president of operations.
Yeah. I don't know if she would have lips unless she drew them on.
People watching at home, do you feel like part of your soul is now missing? Because oh no, don't do it. Did it.
If there's ever been a physical representation of a person of a sound. Good God, though. Yeah, this totally well put together person decided to create some deepfakes just to get her kid higher up on a traveling cheerleading team.
When she could have just lured them into her gingerbread house.
Seriously, it's like, do you like sweets?
Baked them in her oven.
Now, I'm gonna bring it, Patrick. Be warned, I'm bringing her back. Don't worry, bad lady can't get you.
Nah.
I just said, don't worry, she can't get you.
I know, it's just so goddamn startling, Bear.
Mm-hmm. This is who Paul Big Feet was trying to expose. So now, if you look at her face,
he's dead.
Like she put some kind of cream base on her face. Does it look like it's bleeding into her hair?
A little bit.
Like in this general region?
Yeah.
Like she just kind of puts it on and goes, ugh.
What she does is she melts down babies.
Mm-hmm.
She uses the stem cells as an exfoliant.
Well, you got the microfiber beads in there.
Otherwise known as Aveeno.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
Made
sense.
Made with babies.
You ever thought of coming on the moon?
No.
Scientists have. They want to send
I was thinking of whatever. I was thinking of something. The only thing I can have is no, but I jerked off on Jupiter. I didn't know.
I don't know.
Take that, Jupiter.
So yeah, the some scientists have suggested that they want to. You remember that the seed bank that was in
It's in
where is
the North Pole, right, or something?
I literally have it in Svalbard, Norway.
Norway.
And then just down the road a little bit, it's the Oreo vault with a bunch of Oreos, which we covered. We learned about this because of the last time someone wanted to create another vault. But now scientists want to create a vault on the moon where they could put a bunch of cum in it.
Cool.
Do you even want me to explain?
Quite literally, a spank bank.
Oh yeah, it's There we go. Yeah, the lady popped up again on my screen.
Oh,
yeah, I got rid of you. What are you doing back? So they want to create an essential modern global insurance policy by building a facility on the moon that will be filled with 6.7 million sperm samples.
But then you got to go get it.
Yeah, I know, but you know what, Patrick? In the event of like some kind of cataclysmic catastrophe,
and then aliens find us and they go, "Ew, what is this?" It's like literally like the equivalent of like your mom finding your porn. Like oh god, what is this? What kind of people were these?
The moon is our crusty sock. Like, oh, did this used to be a soft
grows here?
This ground used to be soft before, didn't it?
One small step for man, one giant jerk for mankind.
One giant load for my balls. So they want to bring.
This is where they stored it, or they thought this planetoid was very sexy.
Buzz Aldrin wasn't up here this long, was he? Come on, guys.
His name was Lance Armstrong.
Oh my god, his arm was strong. It's not
Neil Armstrong. When I say Lance, Neil.
I don't know. Neil Armstrong. Because it's not arms strong. He just had one strong arm.
So there it was. His name was Neil's Armstrongs.
AKA Lance to his friends.
His arm was cut off.
No.
That's right. And now he's just Neil Armstrong. That's why he took one small step and one giant leap, because he couldn't walk on his hands.
And then people got confused and they thought it was Lance Armstrong, so that's why they took one of his nuts. Like, hey, stop covering the moon and cum.
Knock it off.
My arm is so strong right now.
It's supposed to be a fine powder up here, but it's just sticky. Other people got to use this for light, you know.
Yeah. So they say Earth is naturally a volatile environment, and that a Earth-based repository of samples would still leave specimens vulnerable to getting destroyed in a massive disaster. And so they want to build a facility that could be filled with samples. It would take 250 flights to the moon. You think that's a lot?
Yeah, that's not expensive at all.
Yeah, the International Space Station took 40 trips. 40. And they want to do another 210 just to keep.
I think a lot of
covering
this
the moon and cum.
A lot of this comes with. What
about a full moon?
The idea of reusable rockets.
Yeah.
Once SpaceX gets it right and they stop exploding on the launch pad when they land.
It's like, hey, if you could just go ahead and fix this, because I really got to bust a nut. The moon's been looking at me every night. He watches me, and I could tell by the way he's always in my room. And I was like, he wants it, so I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna give it to him.
I'm gonna give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, give it to me.
Maybe we could raise a couple of asteroids. Who knows? I don't. Just
some
thinking
people
out loud.
Some people say good night, moon. I say here you go, moon.
So to prevent the samples from freezing or welding together in the sub-zero temperatures beneath the surface of the moon, the scientists also suggest the facility be powered by solar panels, which obviously we know doesn't work because Canadian oil is the best fuel that you could possibly get.
It's like, I just don't trust solar. Well, how else are we going to get cum on the moon? I know, it's a real problem.
It's the one thing keeping us back. How can we come in the moon?
Patrick Jr., 1 in a million, want to go to the moon.
6.7 million sperm samples. So, like 1 year in junior high for me, am I right?
What?
Hey, Icky high five.
Get it? Yeah.
Gross. It's on your hand now. Speaking of cum. Goat news. You remember the goats that we talked about in Wales earlier in the lockdown when there was a bunch of goats just walking through a town because there was no one around anymore? Patrick?
Yeah.
So I remember. So these goats, they're still out here getting more and more bold, walking around even deeper into town on the far side of town now. And because they the Sally Pidcock was the warden of the Great Orme Country Park, said that there's about 30 billy goats. The male goats are the ones that tend to travel, that they like to walk around, and then there's about 150 less adventurous males plus females and the kids back where they're actually supposed to be. But Sally said that there's a campaign to give contraceptive injections to the nanny goats to try to keep the population down. They were supposed to do these injections last summer, got canceled because of COVID. Goats be fucking. They look up at the moon and go, You know what I'm saying?
We're going to cover it.
So she's saying that it means there's going to be more goats being born now than there would have been. So it just means an even greater infestation of goats in that town.
Yes.
She said that
go do goat yoga.
You go out and you get a job. Said that they become very confident because so few people have been around them during the lockdown. And we're telling motorists that you better keep an eye out. You just like driving down the street, instead of seeing like a child on a bike when you're turning, there's just a goat standing there going, "What's up?
What's up, Rick Kings?
You got a problem? This is my block."
Goat, baby, baby.
They get the Coke bottles on their horns and ching, ching, ching. Humans.
So what do you guys
play?
So what do you think, goat? Should we let him by?
You know what? We're done with Patrick for a while. Patrick can't be trusted. Can't be trusted with words. Can't be trusted with anything. Jesus.
I'm fine with it. I made my peace.
Well, as long as you've made your peace.
Yeah.
Here's a fun story about the story of Nebraska governor being just totally what we want our tax dollars paying for. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts rallied against a proclamation by a governor of neighboring Colorado. They had this thing in Colorado. It was a non-binding proclamation signed by their governor, just saying to avoid meat for 1 day a week. Call it Meat Out Day. Just stop fucking the earth up with so much consumption of meat. You can still have it. Just 1 day, skip it. Just one. Just one. Not that big of a deal. Nebraska governor said, "This is a direct attack on our way of life.
Oh my God.
We're having a pro-meat day."
Oh my God.
So on the same day that Colorado's like, he decided to have meat on the menu day. Super important stuff, Patrick.
Idiots.
Can you believe that we need to have conflicting meat holidays?
Yeah,
we're trying to come on the moon.
Here's the thing. And nobody said, don't eat meat. They're saying you could just try not to eat meat.
Yeah.
You know, just like they were talking about when Biden said, by the 4th of July, if we do everything right, we could safely have barbecues, 0 masks, together with friends.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that. And then these same idiots are like, who are you to tell me where I don't need your permission? It's like, they didn't say anything about permission. He's just saying, right now it's not a good idea, but it will be. But you're just, I'm trying to come on the moon.
I mean,
somewhere there's goats, and they are everywhere, but I can't have meat today. Whatever. Pepe Le Pew is way Cardi B is way worse than Pepe Le Pew. Okay.
Obviously.
One's a cartoon, one's not. That's all I'm saying. One's aimed at children, the other is not.
I hope the coming part isn't aimed at children. That's kind of why would you do that, Patrick?
Yeah.
Speaking of slippery slope, Dustin Allen Bushnell in Burbank, Washington. He was being investigated. Dustin Allen Bushnell.
Got it.
Golly, he's a bit of a knucklehead. Yeah,
classic dab.
Yeah, he was being investigated for a series of catalytic converter thefts. Detective followed the evidence to his home, and they're like, "I'm gonna check this guy's house out because he's been stealing catalytic converters for sure."
And they found that he voted in the Florida homecoming thing too.
Absolutely,
he doesn't even go there.
Well, he hasn't admitted that he's going there, but you could tell. The problem is, while they found the catalytic converters in there, the main focal point of their investigation switched to the fact that he had a 400-pound slide mounted to a bunk bed in his home that he stole from a playground in December of last year. So no one's using it.
Dad likes fun things.
I don't understand the problem. It's mounted to
with a house full of catalytic converters in a bunk bed. What's wrong with that?
It's mounted on a bunk bed in a child's bedroom in his mobile home. And if I haven't given you enough indications on how interesting this guy is, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take a look-see at him as well as the sweet slide setup he has.
Oh man,
he has what we refer to in the business as he's got a face.
This is the guy who makes like some stupid unfounded comment about a vaccine on someone's thread, and then you go click on the name just to see what he looks like, and he looks like a vaccine denier's comment.
Yeah,
like when you click that link and you're like, oh, whatever this person looks like, and they look like their comment. That's this guy. And the good news is you only need to stand to the left or the right of him, and he won't be able to see him. You stand right in front of him, right down his nose.
If you get up real close to his face,
both eyes on you.
He's like, I see all boogers. I see all of them on my nose. You can't get to me.
Red nose day is his least favorite day. It's like, oh, I see it's red.
Yeah, I can't see. I can't see shit right now.
Get you in cloud nose on.
We do have a sweet picture of the slide in the room. And if I could draw your attention to a couple things. Number one, we do have the sweet Spider-Man sheets, which, you know what? He's got something going for him. Another thing, I do notice we got some Hot Wheels tracks in the back here. So kids got some sweet toys. All right. Now we got the slide here. It's mounted to the top of the bed, the bunk bed. So you wake up first thing in the morning. I got to pee, but I got to pee now. It's an emergency. Wham. You could do it.
You pee down the slide. Put a bucket at the bottom of that. Just pee down the slide.
You're thinking. You are a good thinker, right? Because now,
plus he'd have a hard time aiming because he's seeing all he can see is down his nose.
Yeah, but if you got a tummy ache and you're throwing up, what a great way to just turn your head and just barf down the slide. You know who has a bucket by their bed anymore? I need a slide, a medical slide. Now, here's the thing too.
The slide was prescribed.
What's behind this door? Is this the way out of the room?
The door is not working anymore.
Are we just trapped in this room now? I don't think we can get out. And then probably the piece de resistance. If you notice amongst the clutter, we have a nice old jar of peanut butter down here. You ever get out of bed and slide down
Imagine,
and
if
go,
you will, slide down, go, boy, I got some peanut butter on my Spider-Man sheets.
at least I hope it's peanut butter.
Ooh. Nope, that's for the moon.
Ugh. Why is it chunky?
It's going in the special section on the moon.
You remember the guy we talked about
Cross-eyed.
last season? I think it was episode 16.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy that sued his parents for parental support.
Yes.
So before, we never had a name, we never had a picture. Ladies and gentlemen,
it's gonna have a training dog. Oh wow.
He's 41 years old. His name is FaZe. Let me go ahead and get FaZe.
I like that photo. I like that photo because there's you know that's probably, here, go back to the photo. That hand on his on him is going, FaZe, stop it.
He's got that.
Hey, stop it, FaZe. You're being stupid.
I know you said that this thing is temporary, but it feels like this isn't just a phase in your life.
No. My parents are going to pay me. No.
Just a quick refresher. His parents let him live rent-free in $1 million flat that they own near London's Hyde Park for 20 years. He's gotten a free education at Oxford. It's free to him. It wasn't free. His parents paid for it, but it's free to him. They've been paying all of his bills, and they've been giving him like $400 a week and as a allowance. So he's been given so much stuff, and then there was some kind of a family disagreement, and he's not getting the support, and then he sued his parents to try to get he hasn't had a job in a decade.
Get laughed out of the fucking court.
He is licensed to be a lawyer. He has the degree. He has the qualifications. He just doesn't want to work. And he wants his parents to pay for it.
Client, I have advised myself. It's true. As my own client, I have advised myself not to take this case.
I don't know who would, but this guy, boy, if we start getting paid, he's going to like it.
He's going to like it. Idiot.
It's enough to make you want to blow up the world.
No, don't.
Okay, I won't. Because Arkansas to the rescue.
Arkansas.
Right. Arkansas to the rescue. More specifically, a rural school district in Batesville, Arkansas. Their teacher salaries were averaging about $45,000 at the Batesville School District, with many teachers leaving as a result of the low pay. And it was also proven difficult to get new teachers to the town of just 10,000 people. So they decided to do a little change. They installed a solar array and invested in other new energy infrastructure. And the district was able to churn a $250,000 annual budget deficit into $1.8 million surplus, enough to give every teacher in the district a raise of up to $15,000 a year. So just by putting solar power in their schools, they managed to infinitely have a $2 million swing for this small ass town, 10,000 people.
That's what Bigfoot was talking about.
Paul Bigfeets, rest in peace.
Well, peace is he was cut up. He was cut up. Yeah.
I don't even know if he's dead. I mean, he's still out there. They didn't find the body.
That's right.
But he might have fallen down a mine shaft onto a bunch of bullets.
Found one Bigfoot. Oh.
Funny enough, Batesville is just 17 miles west of Arkansas's largest coal-fired power plants. And they're like, "Fuck you! We're getting the sun.
We're using the sun.
The sun's so good." The better pay means the school is getting more resumes and fewer resignations from teachers.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, local teacher Jenny Ropecki admitted that it would not have been one of the things that she thought of when they asked her about would she get a raise because of solar panels. But yeah, they managed to turn a renewable energy into a way for paying teachers a more livable wage, higher wages. It just improves in town overall just because of solar panels. Just you do a
Just a
tiny
little bit better.
do a tiny bit better, and then all of a sudden, oh, all the benefits come out.
Quite a bit.
Just it's an example of people just doing a little bit of better, little bit better, and it can have it can snowball in such a positive way that I don't know, maybe it's worth looking at other good things, people.
Oh, that's why we can't have nice things because we don't look for them.
That's why we can't have Bigfoot putting out lies,
right,
on Netflix Canada. So yeah.
Well, there they just call it Netflix. Yes. Anyway, where can they find us online?
You can find us individually on Twitter at Patrick Newsom42. At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. You can follow the podcast at Stupid's Tweeting. You can look for us on Facebook and YouTube if you want to see the video version of the podcast. Search for Stupid's Talking Stupid and subscribe and follow us, like us, rate, review, all that good stuff, please. You can get the video version of this podcast every Thursday at 4 p.m. Central. The audio version of the podcast you can get on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, any podcast app that you have. Search for Stupid's Talking Stupid, and we'll be right there fucking your ears up. Go to www.stupidstalkingstupid.com for all of our stuff, including our store. There's also a direct link on the homepage to the podcast, the video version of the podcast. So if there's ever a week where you're at work and you're like, I can't get to my iTunes, just log in there and you'll see us right on our homepage.
Yup. And that's going to do it for this week for Stupid Talking Stupid. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
We'll see you later. Oh, look at that.